God. Who is God? God is He who has transcended all that is seen by us. If transcending this world, is there no relation between Him and this world? Not a particle here is unrelated to Him. Then what is meant by transcending the world? The world comprises us and the objects seen by us. In other words, the animate and inanimate together form the world. What shall we say of Him who created the beings and things? Of these two we say the conscious beings to be superior. All that we can apprehend is that He belongs to the highest order of beings known to us. Our intellect cannot proceed further. Thus our Creator is superior to us. He cannot be apprehended by our intellect. Therefore His name, transcended being, Kadawul, means that He surpasses our intellect. Hence His name, Kadawul, transcended being. Can God then not be made known to us? Not quite so. In a way, He is known to us. This much of His grace is enough for us. We have no need for all His greatness. He has made known so much of His greatness as will suffice to eradicate our misery. There is no reason for Him to reveal a jot more of His power than is necessary to remedy our defects in the present state. Thus He is known according to our needs. Nay, He is in our grasp. However limitless, He is within reach of our knowledge to some extent. What is it which brings Him within reach of our knowledge? That He is known as being, consciousness, bliss. Being denotes that which is imperishable, that which exists forever. Should He become non-existent at any time, who is His destroyer? Who created Him? Since the perishable nature of all leads to the inference that they are lorded over by one who is imperishable, this immortal overlord is God. His imperishable nature is being, Sat. Now, what is consciousness? Chit. By consciousness we mean knowledge. This is absolute knowledge, and not like our erring intellectual knowledge. Irregularity or mistake cannot stain its actions. It is knowledge pure and simple. Frequently He teaches us, saying, "Your knowledge is irregular and erring." How orderly are even the insentient objects of His creation! It is known to many how an atheist was taught a good lesson when he derided the scheme of things, saying, "Why did He make the seed so small for the banyan tree which is so big?" That an insentient thing is found in good order and later becomes useful implies a conscious agency at work. Can a simple, insentient thing do something which is possible for unfailing knowledge only? Or can't it be done by our inadequate knowledge? No, it can never be. Therefore God is said to be consciousness, Chit, also. Now, what is bliss? It is the state of being free from desire for anything. It is peace, which is ever full. Were He to desire anything, how could He be better than ourselves? How could we gain bliss from Him? He Himself would require another being to fulfill His desires. But who would think Him to be so? The state of self-contentment is that of bliss also. Therefore He is called bliss, Ananda. The three, being, consciousness, and bliss, are inseparable. Otherwise they would become naught individually. Hence He is known as being, consciousness, bliss, Sat Chit Ananda. Thus God remains not only transcendent, but also falls within the reach of our knowledge as being consciousness bliss. He who has gained the fourth state and sees all as one, only he knows God truly as being consciousness bliss. Words cannot express nor the ears hear how such a one is united with God. It is a matter of realization. But there are ways and means for such realization. They can be spoken of, learned, and acted upon. He who can be realized thus is God. He has no name, we give him a name. He has no form, we give him a form. Where is the harm in doing so? What name is not his, or what form is not his? Where is the sound or form in which he is not? Therefore, in the absence of true knowledge of him, you can name him as you please, or imagine him as of any form, so to remember him. Your hope for his grace without any effort on your part is utterly fruitless. Should it be possible to have his grace without any effort on your side, all would be alike. There would be no reason for any difference. He has shown us the ways and the means. Make effort. Reach the goal. Be happy. Your idleness and selfishness make you expect his grace without your effort. The rule for all is for you too. Do not relax your efforts. God can be realized by your effort only. There is an effort which excels all others. This may, however, appear to be less effective than devotion to God with name and form. Nevertheless, this is the more efficient. It is simply the love which you extend to all beings, whether good or bad. In the absence of such love to all, your devotion to God amounts to a mere parody. Of what use are you to God? That you seek fulfillment of your desires from God without doing your duty towards the needy in the world must be attributed to your selfishness. In God's presence, there is no use for such. The workings that take place in his presence are all unselfish. Therefore think that all the centers are his, and he is in all the centers, and thus be devoted to him. God is truly bound by such high devotion. As you go on ascribing names and forms to God and showing love to all because you have understood all names and forms to be his, your mind will gradually mature. Just as the taste improves with the ripening of a fruit, so also will you recognize the waxing of good and the waning of evil in you. As your mind matures, there will come a time when you should meet your master. This is not to say that you go in search of him, or he comes in search of you. At the right time, the meeting will happen. All are moving in their own ways. Your fitness brings you together, makes you trust him, makes him teach you the right way, also makes you follow his instructions. That is the straight way to reach God, which is to gain the fourth state. You will follow the way and reach your goal, which is being consciousness bliss, which is God. The way shown by the Master is final, straight, and making for unity. It is well tried, natural, and free from pain. When you are following the way shown by the Master, doubts will not arise. There will be no fear. Are not fear and doubt the characteristics of the ways of darkness? How can they meet you in the way of truth shown by the Master? In this manner, the way will itself speak to you and say that it is the right one. In that way, there will be nothing more for you to do but to meet your Master and learn from him. That way will be familiar to you, as the Master and God have made it so. Before you, he had treaded the way. He has shown you the way, and you are following him. To how many will you show the same way, and how many more will follow the same way later? Obviously, fear and doubt have no place in the way of truth. When once you have taken a step forward, you will step back. The Master's help is only for the first step forward. You need not do anything for your master in order to have the way shown to you. Know him to be the messenger of God, sent down to disclose the way to the fit who have become ripe by their own efforts in either or both the directions mentioned earlier. It is God who sends this godly messenger just when you are ripe. Practice with faith in the period of ignorance is called bhakti, path of devotion. The same with knowledge is called jnana, the path of wisdom. Of the two divisions of bhakti, the one is devotion to God with name and form, and the other is karma, which is love for all. Of the two divisions of jnana, the practice of the true way shown by the Master is called yoga, and the resulting state is called jnana, knowledge. It is natural for all to believe in something which is not seen, and then to find it. Those who do not believe can never find. Therefore, the believers will gain something some time or other, and the unbelievers never gain anything. You can believe even for the simple reason that faith in God is not harmful. Thereby you can share the good effects. This world is meant only for creating faith in you. This is the purpose of creation. Have faith, and you can reach God. Though you may not believe all that is said of God, believe at least there is God. This seed is very potent in its growth. It is so mighty as to negate all else and fill all by itself. It is so almighty that you will not see anything besides God, not even yourself. Truly, God is all.